Well, I've already done the Max B. Now we're going to work on the Formula S. And I wanted today to talk a little bit about superfill. Some of you builders know about it and some don't. But superfill is available from Aircraft Spruce or Wix Aircraft. It's a real epoxy type based putty for real aircraft. It is super light. And what I wanted to talk about is the mixing of it. It's 2 to 1. So you got one big blue can, and it's 2 parts of that to 1 part of the white. And it can be varied. The speed of the drying can be varied. The more hardener you add to it, the faster it's going to set up. It gives you less work time. I don't know if it does anything for strength. You know, I'm sure in a real aircraft you want to keep it right to spec. And not worry about the drying speed. And I'm sure the FAA inspectors would frown on varying from spec. But seeing that we are our own inspectors, and there are really not any lives at risk or whatever, we can kind of mix it any way we want. I tend to mix it a little bit heavier than 2 to 1. Just a little more of the hardener, because I don't want to wait a year for the stuff to dry. It takes 24 hours. I usually can get it to set up in about 6 by adding just a little bit more. I want to get all the buggers in this airplane fixed before I do any priming or anything like that. So I'm going around and hitting all the spots that were more or less missed or left out. We want a good, you know, when I do a paint job, I want it to look as good as it can possibly look. But I'm not going to spend a million hours doing this either, because I'm on a budget. So we're going to we'll figure 50 hours for a paint job, and it usually takes me 100 or better, but so I'll go around and try to fix all the places that were missed. I see there's more people making instructional videos. I think that's great. Now, we were supposed to do an RD1. We're having a hard time getting the plans for the RD1 for Control Line Craftsman, so my thought is I owe it to you guys to build something. We're going to do an S1 Ringmaster, and the reason why is those plans are available from anywhere. I mean, there's plans all over the internet for it, so we'll do an S1 Ringmaster, and I have a motor that was donated by one of the forum members, and I'm going to give that Ringmaster away at the Nationals to a beginner. I really wanted to do the RD1 because it's a Bob Hunt design, but I just don't feel it waiting any longer. I have a dozen projects but we need to get started on the Bearcat, and I'm going to build another Continental. So this year is going to be a busy year. And trust me, I will get them all done. I've got to get these airplanes finished by the end of the year. So we're working on 2 at a time, Formula S, and here's a Vector 40. Well, I've already showed you the Vector 40. And I have the wheel pants all taped up and ready to paint. Matter of fact, we'll do that right now. I'm gonna give you a little clue on how I do a speed painting on these. I got the compressor off, so that's good. Let me move this airplane. This is all time management again. I've got to finish my scale airplane yet. I'll get to that. Not enough time in the day. Anyway, I already have some red mixed up. This is the Miss Ashley red. And what I kind of wanted to touch base on is a quick paint job on the wheel pants. They're going to be red and blue. Well, in order to do this in a relatively timely fashion, I've taped off the top and the bottom. Let me move this camera so we can get a little better view of what's going on. Okay. What I've done is I've taped off both sides, top and bottom. So they're both exposed, both the red and the blue. Now, the red is the least amount of area. So I'm going to take the red paint, and that's what I'm going to paint first, the red. This is such a simple way to do things, it's ridiculous. So everybody, we'll start timing now. We get the red going. And set this aside. And do the next one. As I've stated about a dozen times, it doesn't take any time at all to paint any of this stuff. What takes the time is the prep work. Okay, we got 2 coats on that one. Two coats on that one with the airbrush. 5 minutes. We'll come back and shoot the blue. And then in 2 more minutes, we'll untape it. So in 10 minutes, you did a complete paint job. You know, a trim paint job on a set of wheel pants. Gonna have to do a little bit of housework today. I gotta fix the plumbing. Isn't that joyful? So I'm gonna shut the camera off. It'll be 5 minutes. We'll come back. I'll show you how I shoot the blue and get it ready. So see you in about. We'll make it 10. I'll walk down and get a soda. Okay, it's been a little longer than 10 minutes because I had to go to the store. But that's alright. It's dry. And what I do is now is I just take a piece of tape and I tape off the bottom half that I sprayed red. So we're going to have a, you know, a classy looking set of wheel pants in a short amount of time. The biggest thing was taping it off. So there's one. And here's the other. So now I just changed colors. I did the light color first. Now we'll do the dark color, the blue. That's one. That's two. It's that simple. So, I noticed that, you know, other people are doing videos. They're not really showing you much in how-tos, but hopefully mine are helping you. So now let's untape it and see what it looks like. So we're going to take the bottom piece off. That's the last piece of tape we put on. You say, man, you're untaping it fast. Well, it don't matter. This is lacquer. You can let it sit if you like. I don't. I untape it as fast as I can do it. One, I don't have a whole lot of time to. I've got so many projects going on that I need to get them done. So the whole paint job on this wheel pant took less than a half an hour. Now all we got to do is take off the fine line tape. I need to figure out where it starts at. If you can't figure out where it starts at, make a spot. I didn't get it taped off, but it'll get quite good enough. But we'll touch that up. There are no real disaster mistakes. And there you have it. That was in real time. You watched me paint it. The only thing that I did was when it dried. So we'll unmask one more. Hopefully I got the tape on that one a little better than I did this one. I have a line that I need to come back with some white cover up. I got a little blue overspray onto the white. And now the Max B is 100% done, except for the clear. And we're going to do all the clearing at once. Yep, I got the tape on that one good, so that's good. While I was out, I got some more 80 grit sandpaper for sanding that super fill. So let's talk about the actual length of time to paint the wheel pants. The trim colors on this took a total of a half an hour. Ah, we got a spot there. Man, I should have paid more attention. Okay, let's see if we can get that off with 91 proof alcohol, because I don't really want to paint white. So 91 proof alcohol is kind of a lifesaver. A lot of people don't know about it. Most of the time you get it, it's 71%, but this 91 takes overspray off, and it will take paint off. But it's not going to this time. Oh yeah, it did. That's good. That way I don't have to paint white. Okay, took that overspray spot off. Let's see if it'll do it on the front here. It'd be great if it did. You just have to be careful, because if you get down on the fresh paint, it'll take that right off. And it does. Burning my cuticles right now. Ah, took the white off. So I'm going to have to paint the white. Isn't that a shame? So I got a touch up right there. We're not going to worry about it. Anyway, half an hour wheel pants. If I'd have paid more attention, I wouldn't have got this spot on the top. But it'll fix real easy. So we'll be back in a short.